Cirrus 181, Jules Sierra, runway 20, clear for takeoff, runway heading, maintain 3000.
Runway heading 3000, runway 20, cleared for takeoff, 181 Juliet Sierra.
John 2 Tower, flight jet 358 on the visual, 20.
Flight jet 358, John 2 Tower, report 5 mile final to runway 20.
All right, let's go final. Nobody on final.
Flight jet 358. And John 2 Tower, flight jet 358. We're right about a 4 mile final now.
And flight jet 358, John 2 Tower, runway 20, clear land.
All right, power's set.
20, clear to land.
Engine instruments are in the green. Airspeed's alive.
Yep.
Looking for 71. '85. Flaps up.
Once you hit 400 feet, you can grab the AP button down there.
Okay, that's 900.
Cirrus 181, Jules Sierra, contact Nashville departure.
Contact departure 181 Juliet Sierra. I just go up here and I swap it over.
Okay.
Alright, cool, and you just roll your wheel down to 100 knots.
Caps available.
Southwest 264, turn right, proceed right King.
Right there, King, Southwest 264.
Nashville departure Cirrus 181 Juliet Sierra, runway heading 1000, climbing 3000.
November 181, Juliet Sierra, Nashville departure ident, Nashville altimeter is 2983.
2983, 181 Juliet Sierra. 2983.
November 1, Juliet Sierra, radar contact 2 miles south of the Johnson Airport, continue runway heading, maintain 3000.
Runway heading 3000, 181 Juliet Sierra.
After departure Southwest 2146, 2 for 4000.
Southwest 2146, Nashville departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 15,000.
Up to 15,000, Southwest 2146.
November 1, Delta Juliet, traffic just ahead and to your right about a mile and a half is a light flight helicopter northwestbound indicating 2000.
I'm looking for traffic, 831 Delta Juliet.
Man, struggling to
We have
climb
traffic
even up
inside,
today.
831 Delta Juliet.
November 1, Delta Juliet, thanks. November 0, Mike Hotel, contact Memphis Center, 128.15. Good day.
2815, so long, 57 Mike Hotel.
Southwest 2146, turn right, heading 310.
Right 310, Southwest 2146.
Should lower the nose a little bit.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, like 105.
November 1, Juliet Sierra, climb maintain 900,000.
Climb maintain 900,000, 181 Juliet Sierra.
Southwest 2146, turn right, proceed direct Sarah.
Right turn direct to Cirrus, Southwest 2146. Nashville 369, Lima Charlie, 9.27,000 Sierra.
November 369, Lima Charlie National approach. Expect the visual approach to runway 20 at John Tune, turn 10 degrees left.
10 to the left and we'll expect 20. Thank you.
Southwest 264, contact Memphis Center on 133.85. Have a great afternoon.
3385 today, South 264.
November 1, Delta Juliet, turn right, heading 100.
Right, 100, 1 Delta Juliet.
So he's going to probably tell us to turn left, direct, or something like that.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, and then what do we do? We just do
Direct enter, and then nav
November 1, Juliet Sierra, turn left, heading 150.
Left heading 150, 181 Juliet Sierra.
November 1, Delta Juliet, turn right, heading 180. You're 4 miles from Twitty, maintain 2,700 until established on the localizer. Clear ILS 20 approach.
Right now that we're kind of establishing the climb, you can do the climb check.
Climb power set. Flaps verified up. That's a long time to verify that they're up.
Blue Raider 8-1, is this going to be a full stop?
Base film for 8-1.
Thank
Lean
you,
is
November 1
required.
Juliet Sierra, contact approach 118.4, have a good day.
118.4, see ya, 181 Juliet Sierra.
November 5 Charlie Romeo, turn right
1-1.
heading 230, join the final
Point
approach,
four.
course inbound,
Yes,
advise
sir.
the runway in sight.
With it.
230.
Nashville departure, Cirrus 181 Juliet Sierra, heading 150, 5,700, climbing 9,000.
Cirrus 181 Juliet Sierra, Nashville approach. The Nashville altimeter is 298 tree, turn left heading 090.
2983090, 181 Juliet Sierra.
Blue Streak 5442, contact Memphis Center, 132.9er. Good day.
329, Blue Streak 5442.
So I don't have to lean.
Malibu 1 Charlie Papa, the bumps get a little better there.
You'd bring it to the
Yeah,
top
the
of the
worst
top of the
it
green
was,
if you had to. It's pretty
down
fine
to
right
about
now.
4,500, and now it's just
But I could pull it back a little bit, right?
Do what?
I could pull it back a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
That's what Haley said is the biggest thing is just lean it all the time.
Yeah. Like that, and that'll get you a little bit more power out of the airplane.
Still got our boost pump on because we're climbing.
Yep.
Climbing it all right now. It's cool seeing Nashville from up here.
Yep. Pretty sweet.
Citation 7 Mike Romeo, did I give you descent down to 5?
Yep, 12 going down to 5, so back Romeo.
Blue 7 Mike Romeo, thank you. You can contact Memphis Center, 132.9er. Good day.
32.9, so back Romeo.
Our nose up just a little bit. I am going to bring it to 100 now.
Piper 1 Charlie Papa, descend and maintain 2,500.
Heat, heat. Go ahead and grab it.
2,500, 1 Charlie Pop.
Malibu 1 Charlie Papa, thank you. Let me know when you get spurned in sight. Currently 12 o'clock in about 14
Yeah, that
minutes.
helps big time on your climb rate.
This also
We'll
does
let you
too.
know, 1 Charlie Pop.
Yeah, can't you just have pass through? Oh, so 0 is pass through. Yeah, that's plenty cool. Save the air conditioning. Save the turtles.
Save the doidles.
I like turtles.
Tweedles.
Yeah, so that long ass runway, see that the diagonal one?
Yeah.
That one, when that was like 747s land on that thing, they fly right over my house.
Too bad they're ripping it up.
Yeah. Was this Smyrna right here?
Yep.
Cool.
Alright, it's 200 feet to go. Let's switch to the other tank.
You want to be quick with it, or like?
Yeah.
Number 3 Julie Bravo, contact Memphis Center, 128.15. Good day.
2815, Juliet Bravo, have a good day.
So can we anticipate our next ARTC? Is Memphis Center is probably like 132.9.
It could be. Yeah, so it depends really, but
So if I want to do that, I go com.
yep.
132.9.
Yep.
Nashville departure, Little Scout 3611 is...
Well, here's the weird thing about this airplane.
Skyway 3611,
What
Nashville
you think about
departure,
this?
radar contact, climb maintain
Where's our power percentage?
15,000.
73%.
Yeah, so we're already
So full power, so pull back mixture.
just pull back mixture, yeah, pretty much. We'll it would be getting the fuel pump off first, but
Malibu 1 Charlie Papa,
Off.
Smyrna Airport to 12 o'clock and 6 miles.
We just don't quite see it yet. Seems like we should be headed straight toward it, but we aren't seeing it quite
11 and a
yet.
half gallons.
No problem, just let me know.
Yep.
Alright, checklist, cruise checklist, fuel pump is off, verified off. Cruise power is set, so we just leave it full power.
yeah, you can do that. You can bring it back to like 70 if you want at a round number or something, but
Well, doesn't that fuel flow and balance will monitor? We're on the fuller tank. Doesn't that,
One
this is
Charlie Papa,
prop
we do
control
have that,
too, so don't we want to do
airport
prop
inside.
control?
That's the weird thing. That's the weird thing about this POH.
Tower 118.5. Good day.
Clear for the visual, off to the tower, 1 Charlie Pop.
Like if I pulled it back, does it pull the power back?
Yeah.
Because won't I get more airspeed?
Left 3611, turn left heading
No, so
050.
just bring it back to 70%.
And 050, Scout 3611.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Alright, Colin, so you can tell it's messed with the prop a little bit. Right?
Not quite as smooth.
That's okay.
Dropped down to 11 gallons an hour though.
Yep.
And still cruising at 173
I was
knots.
going to say, we filed for what? We filed for 145 anyway, so 145 TAS. We're looking good because of the power setting we're at.
Nashville approach, Buddha 72 at 3000.
Buddha 72, Nashville approach, Nashville altimeter 2983.
2983, Buddha 72.
Nashville 181 Juliet Sierra here. Just to confirm, you want us on 090 at 9000, correct?
Cirrus 1 Juliet Sierra, affirmative. You can contact Memphis Center on 132.9er. They'll have a turn for you whenever they can. Enjoy your first IFR flight.
132.9er, thank you, sir. 181 Juliet Sierra.
1329er?
Yep, 13. Alright, so pro strategy, right? That works. Memphis Center, Cirrus 21 Juliet Sierra, heading 090 at 9000.
21 Juliet Sierra, Memphis Center, Upper Cumberland altimeter 2985, clear direct Knoxville.
2985, clear direct Knoxville, 21 Juliet Sierra.
36.5 traffic, 11 o'clock, 5 miles, appears to be turning northbound, altitude
What was
indicates
it?
3,500,
2985.
unverified type unknown, advised in sight.
Looking for the traffic, Buddha 65.
Alright, so now we can put heading sync mode on. And if he tells us turn 10 degrees left, all I gotta do is hit heading and then turn 10.
Okay, hit heading, then turn 10, okay.
Yep. So next thing is we're about 100 miles.
Center, Cirrus 333, Fairfax at 1 with Styles.
November 333 Charlie Fox, Memphis International
So
Silver
we're still
2984.
a ways out, obviously.
Yeah.
2984, and we'd like to start
Let's go ahead and
to get a chance maybe down to 9 or 7,000.
Stand by, I'll have that for you.
Let's go ahead and
just
get our ATIS. Load that into COM2, and we can put that into COM2 active. And I'm gonna go ahead and put our ground into COM2 standby.
November 3 Charlie Fox, out to maintain 7,000.
Trying to maintain 7,000 for 3 Charlie Fox, I think.
36.5, that traffic is going to pass.
So you have
about,
tower and
2 to
COM1
3
standby?
miles
I don't,
off your
so
left wing.
it's not even gonna be a tower, it's gonna be,
4,100.
I'm
You're
gonna
Approach.
climbing unverified type unknown, should be no factor.
35 has that traffic inside.
and so it depends on where we're at.
Memphis Cadet, Connect 303, 10,200, climbing 15,000.
Connect 303, Memphis Center, climb and maintain, flight level 230.
230, Connect 303.
So we're coming from 230 to 050. So that's 123.9.
November 5302, November, contact Indianapolis Center 124.62.
124.62, 0 to November, ship.
Go your first IFR flight.
Yeah, yeah, that's so nerdy. That's cute though.
I know, see, we got good controllers in Nashville. And basically, from your
November
standpoint,
7 Romeo Charlie, clear to escape at this time.
this is IFR, obviously you wouldn't see anything, and it would be sketchy, especially,
Iconic
I've got to say,
301, contact Nashville approach
we're at,
127.17.
sorry, not even that, I'm saying we're OAT right now, it's 1 degree,
Connect 301.
we'd be getting icing if we were invisible.
3611, contact Indianapolis Center 134.67.
13467, Scott 3611.
You know what I mean?
So we're gonna stay out of the clouds at that OAT.
15,000.
Departure flight 3080, Memphis Center, climb, maintain flight level 230.
Okay, flight level 230, approach flight 3080.
Alright, so do we want to brief the approach? Or like what we're gonna do?
Probably do a visual, so we'll
Connect
listen.
303, leaving 5000, clear direct
So if I go to
This is where the button pressing's got to be kind of somewhat careful. And cruise, we're direct ties, and so there's no fixes.
Thank you.
So, okay, so I was gonna go to, okay, flight plan.
Yep.
Enter. I was trying to get the weather, so.
There you go.
So our METAR, we're looking at
Jet 564, contact Nashville
1853.
127.17.
So, okay, so it's about 30 minutes ago.
576.
220 at 11, so it's almost right down the runway. So it's going to be runway 23 as expected.
Cleared up to 23,000. That's affirmative. 7 runway Charlie, climb maintain flight level 230.
What? Climb maintain 230, 7 runway Charlie, thanks.
Oh, so you're on comp 2.
Memphis Skyline 4812
There you
Charlie.
go. Now it's 133.6.
November 4812 Charlie, Memphis, and you're looking for.
And then this is Atlanta.
Atlanta Center,
It
yeah.
tells you so. Atlanta Center, Cirrus 181 Juliet Sierra 9000.
Cirrus 21 Juliet Sierra, Atlanta Center, the Knoxville, 2986.
2986 181 Juliet Sierra.
When it says KSRB,
Yep.
that's bearing 317 from
Yep.
us.
That's yes.
So that's like this direction.
Yep.
Okay. We just passed. That's what we just passed.
And the crosswell is basically right off our nose.
Yeah.
I've already got the field side across. So this is what picking airports at high altitude is a lot easier.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right there.
Could we glide there? No.
No.
Still couldn't glide there?
No.
That's pretty pathetic. 172, you could glide past that thing, I bet.
We could, you know, once we pitched a VG, we could probably make it, but be close.
Is this glide ring not figuring in VG?
No, I don't. Not. I think it's based upon the current speed you're doing. That's something I need to look into though, because that's a good question actually.
But your glide distance would effectively, if you maintain the current speed, I guess, no, you'd lose altitude quicker. So, trade-off. Alright. We're on the, there's slightly less fuel in the left tank.
Switch it to the right.
So fuel pump on.
Yep.
Switch to the right. Fuel flow still good. Switch fuel pump off.
That's it.
Alright.
There's our IMC cloud right there. We got to go into it.
Yeah, she's a baby one.
Yeah.
I know you don't care about this, but I'm thinking about the cameras. The move would be flip this thing upside down,
Probably.
let it hang, and then put, if I have one off there, I can put maybe even a 360 camera here if I were to really want to get into this, and so you can see the avionics.
Yep.
Because this is out of my way, you know what
Yep.
I mean? Like if I can do one of those slim mount ones, see the avionics, and also look over that left wing, because that's what my buddy told me. He's like, when you're talking about stuff over your left wing, you can't see it.
Yep.
November 181 Juliet Sierra, contact Knoxville approach, 123.9er.
123.9 or 181 Juliet Sierra.
23.89er.
November
123.
313 November
123.9.
Romeo, contact Indianapolis Center, 124.62.
White Star 1
That's
copy, I've
Knoxville
got them
approach.
on the back radio. All aircraft, Knoxville approach, looking for information you can give with a request.
94 Knoxville approach, you have whiskey on for your request.
Yes, thanks, we got whiskey, requesting the RNAV on 230.
94, expect RNAV 23 right.
Temperature 24, 2.0, altimeter 2986. Arriving aircraft visual approach, runway 23 right. Landing runway 23 right, departing runway 23 left, simultaneous approaches in use. All aircraft reback all hold short instructions in. Sign up students advise them and extra contact you for information. Whiskey.
Alright, so I'm going to talk to them. Knoxville approach, Cirrus 181 Juliet Sierra 9000 with whiskey.
Cirrus 181 Juliet Sierra, Knoxville approach, altimeter 2984, expect visual approach 23 right.
2984 and we'll expect 23 ride 181 Juliet Sierra.
So when do you,
Approach, good afternoon, Vision Jet 613, Hotel Kilos at 13.
when do you tell them that you're going to Cirrus?
Vision Jet 613 Hotel Kilo, Knoxville approach, altimeter is 2984, expect visual approach 23 right.
2984, expect visual 23 right, 613 Hotel Kilo.
Cirrus 1 Juliet Sierra, descend and maintain 5,000.
Descend and maintain 5,000, 21 Juliet Sierra.
Flight level change.
Vertical speed.
Oh, vertical speed.
Yep. Roll it down 700. Let's take our power back just a little bit.
Knoxville approach, November 312 Golf Tango, checking in at 8,000.
November 312 Golf Tango, Knoxville approach, altimeter is 2984.
2984 for 312 Golf Tango.
Bonanza 74 Sierra, turn right heading 090.
Right, 090, 740.
Down to what
Lifestar 1 looks like
percentage?
Lifestar 3 is at your 12 o'clock, less than a mile, 2,000 maneuvering.
Got him inside another helicopter.
Go ahead and switch to
Lifestar
the
1
fuller
Roger, do you
tank.
have UT?
Affirm.
Lifestar 1 radar services are terminated, frequency changes approved.
Thanks, sir. I'll call you airborne.
Roger. Cirrus 1 Juliet Sierra, turn left heading 080.
Left heading 080, 181 Juliet Sierra.
Knoxville approach, Baron 6 Whiskey Whiskey, 11,000, back on course.
Baron 6 Whiskey Whiskey approach, altimeter is 2984.
2984, 6 Whiskey Whiskey.
Vision Jet 3 Hotel Kilo, say your current heading?
Direct Knoxville, headings 100.
100, Roger. Cirrus 1 Juliet Sierra, turn right heading 090.
Right heading 090, 181 Juliet Sierra.
When he gives us an altitude, I hit vertical speed first, then dial down, or what?
No, you dial down first and then hit vertical speed.
Okay.
Now you can start slowing the airplane down. Because we're 10 miles away. Pull that back to about 45%.
Make sure full rich.
Yep.
Cirrus 1 Juliet Sierra, descend and maintain 3,000.
Descend and maintain 3,000, 181 Juliet Sierra.
Cirrus 1 Juliet Sierra, when you do pick up the airport, let me know. It's about 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and about 9 miles.
Oh, we got the airport inside at this time, 181 Juliet Sierra.
Cirrus 1 Juliet Sierra, your clear visual approach to runway 23 right. Contact the tower on 121.2.
121.2, cleared for the 23 right visual, 181 Juliet Sierra.
Switch.
Yep. Alright, so let's see here, we are 8 miles to the... Good afternoon, Knoxville Tower, Cirrus 21 Juliet Sierra, 3,700 descending on the visual for runway 23 right.
Cirrus 21 Juliet Sierra, Knoxville Tower, wind is 24015, runway 23 right, clear to land.
Runway 23 right, clear to land, 181 Juliet Sierra. So you can disconnect the autopilot. And we're just going to take the airplane over and I'm going to show you the procedure. I hit select approach. I get the Go 23 right. Vectors. Kind of start turning in to intercept the file. Keep coming a little bit more to the right.
Do my descent checklist. It's just
Yep.
gumps, right?
Yep.
Gas. Fuel pump on.
Jet 3 Hotel Kilo left
Boost
turn,
pump.
Alpha 4 and
Boost
Alpha
pump's
2
on.
Vision Center with me.
Make
Have
sure
a
full
good day.
rich.
Vector
Power
Knox 4,
set.
Alpha to the Vision Center. Stay with you, Vision Jet 613, Hotel Kilo.
Keep us coming to the right, just a little bit more.
So we're basically on a base leg right now.
Pretty much. And he's already confirmed cleared us to land.
Yes. So we're a little high based on my...
Yep, take out some power and start descending just a little bit more. Looking good so far though.
Knoxville formation X-ray is now current altimeter 2984.
2984. Flaps 50.
Let's see, we're 5 miles out, so you're good for right now. Start turning toward to intercept the final.
What's that Morse code? Had nobody on final.
Cirrus 103 Foxtrot Delta, Knoxville Tower, you ready to go on reaching?
Yes, sir. We'll be ready to go. 103 Foxtrot Delta. We're holding short. 23 left, Alpha 8, ready for departure.
Cirrus 103 Foxtrot Delta, Knoxville Tower, runway 23 left at Alpha 8, clear for takeoff, heading 230.
Heading 230, 23 left at Alpha 8, clear for departure. 103 Foxtrot Delta.
Ooh, so now you can go ahead and start putting those first notch flaps in. And that is 23 right.
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and get our full flaps.
Full flaps.
All right, cool. We're configured to land.
Cirrus 3 Foxtrot Delta, contact departure, have a good one.
Over to departure, 3 Foxtrot Delta, see you.
Knoxville Tower, Smoky 4, inbound for the RNAV 23 right.
Smoky 4, Knoxville Tower, wind is 220, 15, gust 21, runway 23 right, clear to land.
23 right, clear to land, Smoky 4.
And Smoky 4, just let me know if you want to sidestep the taxiway off.
Roger that, Smoky 4.
Big old runway, keep it coming down. There you go.
Cirrus 1, Juliet Sierra, stay park.
We're going to Cirrus 21 Juliet Sierra.
Cirrus 1, Juliet Sierra, left turn down at Bravo 4, taxi via Bravo Tango, and hold short of 23 left with me.
I did Bravo 4, Bravo Tango, hold short of 23 left with you, 181 Juliet Sierra.
Pull up 23 left. Knoxville Tower, Cirrus 181 Juliet Sierra, holding short of runway 23 left, ready to go.
Cirrus 181 Juliet Sierra, Knoxville Tower, runway 23 left at Alpha 8, clear for takeoff, fly heading 230, wind is 230, 13, gust 20.
230, clear for takeoff, runway 23 left.
Clear for takeoff, runway 23 left, fly runway heading 230, 181 Juliet Sierra, thank you.
Perfect.
Alright, nobody on final, well they are on the other runway.
23 right, clear to land.
Final's clear.
23 right, clear to land, up jet 17.
Active runway seems clear.
Yep.
And yeah, with the big runway lights on here, you'll probably want to offset just a little bit left or right.
Alright. Feet are on the floor, right rudder. Advance the power.
Yep.
And power, jet
Power set.
Confirming.
Engine instruments are in the green. Airspeed's alive, looking for 71.
Stitcher 147, affirmative, hold short of 23 left Yankee.
And wait.
Oh.
No, it's okay.
I like waiting altitude.
I like waiting just like until I see 200 feet AGL on there. That way I don't have a sink rate that close to the ground.
Okay.
But that's not a really big deal.
Caleb told me that the other day.
Only 23 left at Yankee and straight.
It does say flaps up above 85, so you're not wrong for doing that.
Left at Yankee and straight into parking. Good day, jet share bomb. So.
Here's 1 Juliet Sierra, turn right heading 270.
Right 270, 181 Juliet Sierra.
And now what you can do,
Tower,
AP,
Delta, holding short 231.
and you want to go foggles on?
Yeah.
Caps is available.
Caps available. Let's climb at 105.
It's typically 100, but this is fine.
Yeah, it was overheating earlier.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's better on the engine, the faster you go on the climb out.
Heading 330 Delta.
Here's 1 Juliet Sierra, squawk 3322.
3322. 3322, 181 Juliet Sierra.
Up Jet 17, left turn on Bravo, taxi via Bravo Yankee and hold short of runway 23 left.
No, it's...
Left on Bravo Yankee.
We'll all eat that one.
Left, stay with you. Okay.
We just look like goobers, man. That's all it is.
Juliet Sierra, contact departure, have a good day.
Contact departure, good day, 181 Juliet Sierra. Alright, so we're good to switch to departure.
Yep. And you'll just check in heading, climbing to altitude.
Knoxville departure, 181 Juliet Sierra, heading 270, climbing out of 2,100 for 3,000.
181 Juliet Sierra, Knoxville departure, radar contact, VFR altitude, your discretion.
VFR at discretion, 181 Juliet Sierra.
So that means we don't have an altitude restriction anymore.
Okay, so we can go up to 6,500.
Yep, we can keep on that climb.
But we have to stay on our,
Yep.
on our heading. I mean, we're gonna have a decent headwind, huh?
American 2550 to
Yeah, it'll be, the tailwind we got coming here is gonna be the headwind. We'll get going there.
4,000, American 2550.
Number 1 Juliet Sierra, proceed direct, John C. Toon.
Proceed direct, John C. Toon, 181 Juliet Sierra, good day.
Number 1 Juliet Sierra, remain this frequency.
We'll remain this frequency, my fault. 181 Juliet Sierra. Alright.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of like a goofy situation where they're like, oh yeah, you know, he said good day. Sometimes people perceive good day as, oh, well, I'm done talking to you.
Yeah.
When in reality,
I'm staying
I think you meant,
you
knew to stay on the frequency.
Caleb spoiled me on the way here working all the radios.
Yeah, well, that was IFR. This is a little bit different.
Number 330 Delta, Knoxville departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 10,000, proceed direct Vulcan.
I like it back here, man.
There's a lot of room back there.
My dad, he's 6'8", and he can only fit in the back seat. It's his favorite place to fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sit in the back seat with Cirrus.
So if you're in the turbo, you're climbing at what in this?
Like 1,500.
It's like a rocket ship.
No, it is. I was also light though, like I was the only one in the airplane.
Yeah.
Like right now, believe it or not, I mean, we're full. This is kind of like
We're
right at the
close.
border of
Yeah.
like having to tell ATC. That's what I was telling you earlier. We don't have to because we're not technically climbing a VY, but like maintaining 500 feet minimum is what they want you to do. Climb rate under IFR, not VFR.
I got a climb checklist.
Awesome. Another way to get there? Yeah, just hit the checklist. Perfect.
Alright, climb power set. Flaps verified up. Alright, make sure, do we want to lean this in this instance? Or keep it full rich?
We'll keep it full rich because it's at the top of that green arc that's right there.
Okay. Parameters look good, oil temperature, oil pressure look good. We have our hottest cylinder at 390, so we want to keep that below 400, right?
Technically, the yellow range starts at 425.
Okay.
But yeah, 400, you don't want to even let it get close. So.
Okay.
Yeah, especially when it gets hot in the summertime, you'll actually see those things get above 400. Technically, you want to keep below 425. But yeah, everything is kind of relative based on outside air temperature, and then are you in a place where you're actually in need of some more altitude, meaning you have like a short field, you have terrain around you.
Yeah.
It's all just things that you kind of take into effect on that. Take into consideration.
American 2550.
American 2550, you are cleared visual approach runway 23 right, tower 1212, good night.
Clear visual 23 right.
Good night. It's not even 5 o'clock.
It's like her, like me saying good day.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
get off our case.
I should have said student pilot. Did you hear him? When we were on the same frequency. He put in first IFR training flight in our IFR plane, and then he said, "Have a great first IFR flight."
Oh, I didn't hear it.
That was legendary, man.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Because I think you were on our frequency at that point.
2023 Alpha Knoxville approach, Knoxville altimeter is 2983.
Man, I love flying. This shit is so fun.
I know, and doing stuff like this, it's like, it's so satisfying. There's just...
It's a rear, like, that's why when Caleb told me about this yesterday, and then you're like, oh, it's off, we're going Thursday. I'm like, no, I want to do it.
Well, no, when I heard that you wanted to do it, I was like, okay, yeah, well, let's go back, and let's, I'm willing to go.
Any of the times,
make it happen.
Any of the times that we do it, and like even when I own the plane, I'll do it. Shit, for free instruction, then, you know?
Exactly.
If I have to pay for the plane, I don't give a shit.
Right.
Number 23 Alpha, traffic 12 o'clock, 25 miles out of 5,000 for 10,000 is a Cirrus opposite direction.
23 Alpha, we'll be looking.
Oh,
Number
Cirrus.
30 Delta, traffic 12 o'clock, 25 miles at 11,000 feet, CE 55 opposite direction.
Still on the fuller tank.
Yeah.
Roger, 330 Delta, we're looking.
One of the things I do want to do before I bring it in, we could probably increase our climb rate a little bit, yeah. Caleb and I didn't want to brick the plane by trying to do an update before we took off.
Yeah.
The flight stream does not work on this thing, and the SVT doesn't work. So we're wondering if doing a database update for the terrain would help.
Yeah, I think the next time we do it, I'll try to help on that.
Okay.
That way we can kind of get a better judgment of what on earth is going on. Because, yeah, the synthetic vision on here, it's kind of annoying that it doesn't sit on here. But I recall it happening at one point. I wonder if when they took it in for annual and they updated the software, if they accidentally just screwed something up. So
when I was working with the broker, I haven't met Nick yet, but Mitch, the guy that's handling the sale, he confirmed this doesn't have XM weather and radio for whatever reason, and it does not have ETOS, but it has active traffic, which is like a carbon or platinum upgrade.
Yeah. Climbing 100 feet a minute. Let's go.
Yeah, this thing's a beast.
No, we straight up got a tailwind earlier, dude. We had to. I mean, we didn't climb at all for about probably 20 seconds. It went to 0.
At least in a headwind, it gets you.
I actually had to, it kind of. I didn't tell Ryan that. I was like, oh, that's great for a second there. Like, is this our service ceiling today? I hope to God it's not. 2 guys in here.
2 guys, full tanks.
Yeah, no, that'd be bad.
Yeah, I mean, what's gonna happen in August? I'm gonna have to.
Well, it's already 80.
My service ceiling's gonna be 4,500 feet.
Yeah, you're only gonna be adding another 20 degrees.
Yeah.
Max. Unless you're flying down to like Texas, then or Louisiana.
I want to fly to Atlanta, and maybe to Destin,
That's
Knoxville,
perfect.
Memphis. I do have a golf trip in Michigan this summer, like northern middle Michigan.
Yeah.
Later this summer that I'm gonna fly up to. So.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'll just be me, unless I can pick up one of my buddies. But they all live in Cleveland, so it's kind of out of the way.
Yeah.
But.
I was gonna say, flying up to Ohio is also great.
Yeah. Oh, Cleveland. Yeah, where I'm from.
I've flown into Cleveland multiple times.
Cuyahoga,
Yeah.
Cuyahoga County. That's right by my mom's house.
Yeah, on the northeast side of town. Yeah. That Burke Lakefront, I think is what it is. Yeah. Also a sick airport.
Yeah, Burke Lakefront. Alright, so we're at 79% power. So we're at our cruise altitude. So I pull back power to 75.
Yeah, for about 3%. It's going to require about 2 inches of.
Do I turn the fuel pump off?
We'll leave it on for the first half hour of the flight.
Okay. Why do you do that?
Vapor suppression.
Okay.
Caleb, what could you tell Ryan about vapor suppression? I always like listening to hear him talk about this.
It's a continental thing, really. So it's more of a. I think it's a good idea to practice. Yeah. So the Continental will actually have a note once you get to the 22Ts or 22 about it. It'll say keeping the fuel pump on for the first 30 minutes of flight.
Traffic snow factor.
Yeah. So
if
in the Lycoming engine, which is what we're flying in right now, you'll want to turn it off.
3 Alpha traffic snow factor.
After another probably 10 minutes or so, just because it's flowing so much fuel into the system.
Yeah.
Smokey 9, Knoxville approach squawk 0337.
So if you
0337, Smokey 9, UH60, 2000,
sorry, Smokey 9,
5 miles
if you were to be flying along
and
you're watching your fuel flow after you turn your fuel pump off, the biggest indication that you've got some kind of vapor problem is fuel flow changes of about 1 gallon per hour is kind of a good rule of thumb that you're not in control of, right? So if you're just leveled off
So if
here,
I left it here and I noticed it was down to 10.9?
yeah, then you would start, like if it went from 10 back to 12 and then back to 10 again, real like kind of flickering in between, that's normally a sign that you've got vapor suppression, and it's not really a big deal. You just turn your fuel pump on, but
and that's just to kind of eliminate
it's
the
to
air.
pressurize the lines, yes, and just to get rid of the vapor, because you can get vapor lock in these, and that's I actually mentioned it at the Cirrus convention. I can't remember the exact number, but it was about a minute to restart the engine without the fuel pump, and about I think this fuel pump is certified to 10-second restart, something along those lines.
Hey, can do the lake loud.
2982 position,
Which,
altitude check, we'll fly the left.
You're at this altitude and that happens, you're actually going to have a little bit of time to
Juliet Sierra, contact Atlanta Center, 133.6, good day.
133.6, good day, 181 Juliet Sierra. 133.6?
133.6.
Yeah, clear that.
I just do it up here every single time, so I'll just scroll it as soon as they're telling me it.
So
that way it's
133.6 switch, right?
Exactly.
Atlanta, Crystal Air 240.
Crystal Air 85, Atlanta Center, hello. Hey, go to 2831, Atlanta Center, afternoon. Climb maintain, public 230.
Atlanta Center, 181 Juliet Sierra, 6,500.
November 181 Juliet Sierra, Atlanta Center, Roger, cross altimeter 2985.
2985, 101 Juliet Sierra.
Yeah, we're going to be
Atlanta Center, Scott,
bouncing around.
8,000.
Probably over the plateau here. It's going to be a little, but it'll be fine after that.
Altimeter 2982. 2982, 112 Papa Foxtrot, thank you. Sir.
Smokestacks.
Yeah.
So,
cold plan.
247, Bravo.
in my clearance request, I didn't ask for VFR flight following specifically, they just kind of assumed.
Yeah, well, you said BFR West,
Okay.
and you'd say BFR and the airport you're trying to go to, they typically put A and B together.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're right for kind of second guessing yourself in that circumstance, but yeah, the technical answer on that is, if you're going BFR somewhere, you just say, this is where I'm trying to go, and if they don't have a flight plan on you, then they'll just pop you in on that.
If you were to go to like that airport right there and just contact ground, they're not super mean, I don't think, but like what you could encounter at a Charlie would be like if you just said ready to taxi, run up the plate or something, they're going to be like, okay, where are you going? And then they're going to ask, what is your altitude? And then if you tell them you're going west, they're going to say, what's your on-course heading? So it's like you're just, by doing that, it just makes it way simpler.
You're answering a lot of questions they could potentially have.
Yeah.
It's a smart thing to do.
Caleb's a smart guy, so.
Yeah, he always is thinking ahead of not inconveniencing people, which is a good mentality to have.
Exactly.
Because there's a lot of jackasses out there.
Oh yeah, no, that's always the biggest thing is, it's not me, it's everyone else.
Yeah.
Also, the only other thing I've ever heard Caleb say that's kind of insane is when he was saying that he believed in Tennessee being Ohio State, but
I know, bro. That ended up being really stupid.
Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing.
429 cross Bama at maintain flight level 200.
So I'm getting simulated instrument time just sitting here cruising for
Correct.
an hour.
And it's pretty freaking hazy right now. Like, you could really take it off and, I can't see the horizon. I don't know.
Man, if you get sick, man, it's like, you logged it on your way over here.
Right.
You didn't look outside at all.
Yeah.
So.
That's the thing, you just end up glued to these things.
Houston to maintain forward 200. 200, Crystal
I hate that the landing light's not in the checklist. Not that it really matters, but...
Yeah, I know, it's kind of dumb that it's not included.
This is such a much more enjoyable plane to fly than 172s.
It's
like,
night and day.
Like, once you're in here, you're like, I don't ever want to fly 172. At least those older 172s.
It's impossible to go backwards on it. Like, Hubbard's airplane, a 206, is probably the only thing that could be comparable. And be like, yeah, maybe I'll...
I'll be honest with you. I love that airplane for what it does. It's not... This is a long-distance cruising airplane right here, and it's meant for IFR. Hubbard's airplane is meant for short-distance IFR and landing in small fields. It's not like a...
It's like a bush airplane.
Exactly. Like, it doesn't have range. Like, that thing burns 20 gallons per hour.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And cruise.
We're at 11.8 right now.
Yeah. And the 22T is going to be somewhat... What's the 22T lane of peak, Alex? Probably 16, 17?
Yeah, 17 and a half.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's better than 20, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if you get a 22T, now all of a sudden there's a handful of other layers that you're starting to worry about, like you're worrying about leaning, looking at your CHTs, EGTs, oil temperatures, and then on top of that, you're also looking at your turbo inlet temperatures. So.
Oh yeah. So it's in like this in terms of a complex airplane or I guess a
high performance.
High performance. When you have prop control and all that stuff, this alleviates all of that stuff. Which, you know, obviously it's just a flow thing.
Yeah.
But
we call it the reverse L basically. It's just flowing front to back. And also, it's essentially the same thing as Gumps, it's just in a different fashion.
Yeah.
Which I was actually meaning to ask you, what are you doing in June?
Who?
You.
June. Nothing right now.
We are inviting all of our Cirrus owners, plus Hubbard, to join us. We are doing a trip down to the Bahamas, and we're doing an island hopper trip for a couple days.
That sounds awesome.
You got interest?
Yeah, I mean, who can go?
What do you mean who can
go? Significant others and all that?
Yeah, like if you want to bring family members, 100%, you can do it.
Yeah, give me the dates.
June 3rd through 8th.
Yeah, that or I can just do a boys trip with Tyler.
Well, that was the other thing I was going to recommend. So we're going to try to do it to where, if you want to, it's a lot of flying. So if you're uncomfortable going by yourself, then you can bring an instructor with you too.
Yeah.
To kind of help take you around and see everything for yourself while you're in the airplane.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
So.
Yeah, that's my dream. So you would take this down to the Bahamas?
Yeah, you fly this down here and you'll save yourself a ton of cash if you're flying the airplane because you're not paying for the hourly fee, you're just paying for the gas.
Yeah.
And then an instructor, and then we're going to also get hooked up with a bunch of the places that we're going to stay. So we have some really nice resorts on the beach that we got planned out.
That sounds awesome. That's the dream of owning a plane.
Right.
So one of the things Ryan got to see earlier when we were at 9,500, and it was kind of one of the reasons I want to go up that high, is that once you're at that altitude, to maintain 75% power, it's full throttle. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so he was asking, he knows, like, well, hey man, this throttle detent has the prop in it, and so we're at 2,700 RPM still. And I was just explaining, that's normal on these airplanes. It's kind of like, that's the limitation of that lever you've got up there.
Yeah.
So that's where it starts to suck.
So I pulled it back. We were at what, 70, right?
Yeah.
70% power.
Yeah.
But I was trying to get to like 2,500 RPMs.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at my manifold pressure, right? I want it. What's like a good manifold pressure?
25 squared is what we're looking for. So you don't want your manifold pressure to exceed your RPMs in this airplane. So RPMs about 2,500. Manifold pressure. Always get them confused. Manifold pressure in this airplane, you want to be below 25, RPMs above 25.
Okay. So that's just kind of perfect?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, but for that trip, if you want, I'll count you guys in, and then we'll send you more details regarding like pricing and all that.
Yeah, it'd be good to see. It's still tough right now with a 8-month-old who doesn't sleep through the night.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, she's going through some crazy regression right now. She just wakes up just screaming bloody murder at 3 a.m. and you're like, what the fuck? And you can't soothe her like you used to be able to.
210 now for 17 Delta.
Yeah, it sucks.
I'd love to do something like that.
Yeah, well, we're going to send out an official email to all the people that are saying, yes, I want to do it, but haven't like committed a deposit yet.
Yeah.
So we'll do that sometime end of this week or next week.
Great.
I think they all fly like.
717 Delta,
I think they all fly pretty similar though. I mean, the speeds are a little bit
2785, 17 Delta, good day.
faster on the 22s and stuff, but
Yeah, the climb rate is abysmal on this.
yeah.
Well, it depends on your configuration. If you're by yourself and it's cool outside, you're actually going to get like decent performance.
Yeah, and I don't need full tanks if I'm just going.
No.
You know, you do real planning.
Right.
Yeah.
And I will say this, as opposed to the SR-22T, the useful load in this airplane actually is a little bit better.
Yeah.
However, if you get 2 light people and 2 heavy people in the back of the airplane, you can actually, it's pretty easy to get this thing aft overweight.
Really.
Yeah. Like I was just looking at it because our other new TCI that we're bringing on, I was looking to try to get him some 22T time on the way here early this afternoon. I ran at weight balance, and we were actually within limits
Atlanta Center, November,
on the under the max takeoff weight, but we were not within limits aft. We were too far aft on the weight balance.
Pick up flight following to India 69er.
So if I want to go to my weight balance again.
We're at average A430, Juliet Alpha, Bravo 4 is the identifier.
Real weight and balance.
611 here from
Don't do that
do
weight
that.
and balance there.
About 10 miles south or north of Chattanooga.
So if you switch this thing up, man, this guy needs to shut up. His mic sounds horrible. Say you did 200 and 220.
Yeah.
Damn.
611 unit from Kilo Rider Squawk 2071.
So it's actually like right in the limit underneath weight, but it's aft. Isn't that kind of crazy?
I mean, that's crazy.
Uniform, Knoxville,
And that's figuring how much fuel, how much is on board.
Yeah, it's configured 33 gallons on board, 198 pounds, with the station being
That's
146.
That's 4 adults. I mean, and a, you know, your wife up front or something, 2 guys in the back or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it's something definitely to be cognizant of.
Yeah.
That's why whenever you put 4 people in the airplane, always, even 3 people, always run the weight balance. Double check.
This is really a 3-person airplane, I think.
It depends how far you're going to go. You can put 4 people in if you want to go joyride around Nashville.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go, that guy needed to be turned off.
India 69, is that correct?
And then if you wanted to go back, just hit the home button.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Sorry, I had to just mute that guy.
No, you're good.
Mute the noob.
364, Atlanta Center Rider, good afternoon. Call me tank flight level 230, clear direct to Archer.
That was a long, hot night
I know, I was
for
gonna
an
say.
ATC guy.
Atlanta's over here trapping.
Atlanta's being noobs.
Delta 1350, connect Atlanta Center 125.902.
So do you want to try to shoot an instrument approach, or
Yeah,
do you,
I'd like to.
is a wife gonna send you to divorce court if you show up another 15
I mean, we're
minutes
already
later?
late at this point, right? It's.
Hey, you can't be late twice.
Yeah. I mean, how much time is it gonna add? 5 minutes?
Or like 10 to 15.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Caleb, what do you think in terms of training usefulness? I mean, we're gonna do a lot of that when we're doing local. You know.
Do the ILS-20 on the Johnson.
Alright, let's do it. See, I like that.
240.
Let me just text her.
All right.
Well, the ILS-20 will let you go over your house. That's why I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm telling you to do it.
Where's your house?
He's East Nashville, sort of like north of. Where's that bar we went to? That lakeside, sort of over by there. You know, kind of. So it's
Gotcha.
kind of north of the airport.
I think they're gonna take us way north, but
probably.
Versus if we went visual, we would go right over the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's actually, have you ever taken the, have you ever requested B&A Overfly 3000?
No.
Ask for the, when we get put on with National Approach, if you don't want to do the ILS and you just want to do visual, ask for the midfield transition to B&A or across, the midfield westbound transition over BNA, 3,500.
Juliet Sierra, contact Memphis Center 132.9er.
132.9er, 181 Juliet Sierra, good day. So com, 132.9er.
Atlanta, good evening.
Switch. Memphis Center, 181 Juliet Sierra, 6,500.
November 181 Juliet Sierra, Memphis Center, the Nashville altimeter 2980.
2980, 181 Juliet Sierra.
4 flight 1360, resume normal speed, contact Nashville approach 127.17. Normal speed 2717.
I mean, let's do the ILS for 20. I mean, we're coming from this direction.
124.02.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do procedure. Select approach.
Yep.
ILS 20.
Yep.
Vectors for final or do it?
We'll always load in the initial approach fix, so do Michael.
11,000 Nashville altimeter 2980.
What's the course reversal?
That's just saying that if you want to do a hold, like if you need a hold and loop it around.
But no.
Yeah, we're not going to need that. So.
Mins, save that for later.
We'll do Barrow, so scroll 1, enter. And then the updated mins, I'll just tell you, it's 734 right now with the NOTAMs. Normally Caleb's going to say, what is it? And
So do you put 740?
Yeah, you can always just, unless it's like seriously low mins, then put 734.
Load.
Blue Raider 96, descend and maintain 4,400. 4,400, Blue Raider 96.
So what they're going to do, they're going to take us like somewhere over here, and they're going to vector us here, 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 here.
Yeah, go around the Charlie.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll kind of take us over the north side of Hendersonville, over Gallatin.
Big 4710, Memphis Center, mostly smooth. Reset transponder, slot 5644.
When I did transponder earlier and I typed in the thing, I hit it here and it didn't type in when we were departing John Tim. Do I always hit it here and then type it in?
Yeah, I always do it here and just do code.
Oh, it was down. I didn't realize it. But would it work here?
I'll go back. Yeah. It works in the exact same function.
I just got to get used to using this as a good practice.
I'm pretty sure that's what you did when we left John Tune earlier, right?
I got caught up, but I didn't load. It didn't load. I pressed that one code and then I typed it here. It didn't work. I don't think.
You have to use the button down there at the bottom. Anytime the Cirrus thing, they always say it's blue before you do, for all of them, and those numbers will turn blue when they're active. What the? What the? What just happened up there?
He's just adjusting the
brightness. I can't tell.
So that's full brightness? It seemed like it would be the reverse of the knobs.
It's kind of weird. And then also, if you adjust that guy, it'll turn the red lights on up here.
That is a classic example of how people land with their gear up. Yeah, and airplanes will they'll or forget their gear or whatever, because if you dim the lights, it'll dim the gear lights.
Yeah, that seems like a silly.
On a lot of airplanes, not this one. Did Randy text you, Alex?
29, contact Indy Center 134.67.
He texted.
What'd he text you?
He's like, are you going to be at work tomorrow? I don't know, he's asking.
Let's take a picture.
Citation 8 Whiskey Papa, descend via the Paisley 4 arrival landing style.
Our child back there.
Yeah, exactly. He's a little kid.
Yeah.
Bro, I was thinking, we filed first instrument flight. I bet I sound kind of believable on the radio for that, you know?
Yeah, you sounded good, man.
Well, I'm saying it sounded like a little kid.
No, you sounded good.
No, yeah, I'm going to be honest. You were ripping that. You did not sound like your first time, but I wish I could tell you did.
No, it was Caleb talking.
I know it was Caleb talking. I can tell it was Caleb. Because he's got much more twang than you do.
Yeah.
Like, we're with you, 8,000. Right, we're with you, 9,000, descending out of.
88 Hotel Alpha, we're out of...
I don't know if you guys heard me say whiskey.
Yeah, you did.
We did hear that.
I repeated it back. I go, whiskey.
I love this airport down here. SRB, Sparta.
Upper Cumberland.
Yep.
The Upper Cumberland.
Upper Cum.
The Upper Cum.
Picked my buddy up there on the Baron the other day.
Malibu 460 Whiskey, Memphis Center, the Nashville altimeter
Whiskey. I did not show you that earlier, Ryan, but that was a really good thing. So I saw it while we were on the runway. If you load like a visual or any kind of approach for a runway, it's actually going to highlight that runway with the direction that you're supposed to land on it. It's part of the Cirrus like safe taxi operational stuff.
We're on the map.
Yeah, like if you go back to your flight plan.
Want to switch tanks?
Yeah.
November 7869 Papa, Memphis Center.
Good man, good man.
Polar altimeter 2977.
I say go back to maps.
Flight plan.
November 69 Papa, you got a
And let's hit enter over Johnson. It should pull it up that way. So you see how the runway's highlighted?
Oh, cool.
That indicates that you've selected a runway loaded.
What's this arrows just indicating?
Yep. So currently you're to Johnson. You haven't activated the approach. It's assuming that you go to Johnson.
And then to the initial approach fix from there.
Do the hold and then come back.
Yep.
But whenever they start giving you vectors, then you can just go into procedure and hit vector to final. And then it'll just, literally what it'll do is it'll change this pink needle from here. It'll just send a straight line out from the final approach fix inbound, or outbound. So that way when you intercept, it just takes you on.
So I got Nashville approach in my COM 1 standby. Nashville, BNA ATIS, COM 2, and then BNA Tower and COM 2. Is that a good setup?
John Toon.
Or did I say John Toon?
You said BNA.
John Toon Tower and COM 2 backup, yeah. I got Nashville approach and backup. Both.
Yep.
So that's my flow.
Think about what Nashville approach is that though.
What?
Which Nashville approach is that? You might not have dealt with this, so.
Oh, that's the west side?
That's west. What? And we got handed over to east earlier, so you might remember it.
And it's not going to be on here.
It's not?
No,
What was
you
it?
can do it. So go to your home page and go to like go over to waypoint with the big knob. You should be able to go to nearest. You can use nearest as well. Just all the way up.
This is where I just use ForeFlight.
Yeah, exactly. But go to all the top airports.
2980, Sierra Charlie.
If you click in,
4 Delta Sierra, just to maintain
it should tell you. Let's see here.
Just to maintain 11,000, 4 Delta
I was
Sierra.
going to say like, yeah, there you go.
The center. Scroll all the way down on that sucker. I know it's a lot.
118.4. Okay.
Das ist the one.
So I want to go COM 1 standby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys both turned into some Germans in the last 5 seconds?
Yeah, whole tank is Caleb.
I can't, I'm not that fluent. I can't understand you.
King Chong.
Go back to your country.
Cirrus 1 Juliet Sierra, contact Nashville approach 118.4.
Contact Nashville approach 118.4, 181 Juliet Sierra. Thank you.
And this is kind of like a long-term operational thing. You might be able to get the weather at Johnson from here if you can. You're 58 miles out, so.
Nashville approach 181 Juliet Sierra 6,500.
181 Juliet Sierra, Nashville approach, Nashville Center 2978.
2978, 101 Juliet Sierra.
I think they really yeeted him to like the furthest.
Radar 58, traffic appears to your east, no factor.
Yeah, we're actually like
the furthest you can get the reception.
Yeah, exactly. We're not even to Carthage yet.
They said, I don't want to talk to you, bro.
What do you mean?
You hear how the radio sucks?
Oh.
Yeah, you're too far away from Nashville. They're just, like, when a controller wants to get you off of it, he'll just, like, send you over quicker.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so you're kind of far, but
Blue Raider 58, contact Memphis Center 128.
So what are we gonna do? We're gonna request ILS 20 for John Toon.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say, I like saying requesting the practice ILS.
Yeah.
That way they know that you're practicing.
Yeah.
You could request it right now. The sooner the better. That way they can prep for
I was
it.
about to say, before you do it, you might want to check in with get the ATIS at John Toon.
Okay. So
Hit that COM2.
So how do I know which one I'm on for squelch?
So it's whichever one has the arrows.
Victor. See, I can't hear any of that.
Alright, so the pro strategy is to hit your flight plan.
So before you do that, hit the squelch. Yep, and now you can go ahead and switch it over to tower. That way, whenever they switch you frequencies, then you just flip over to COM2, mic 2.
And if you needed that altimeter because it was hard to hear, hit the flight plan button.
Yeah.
And then let's see if it's actually got, no, it's got BNA. Yeah, John Toon's not been working for a few days.
Yeah, it's got some weird crap going on. 2980 is the altimeter.
So I changed that when the ARTC told me?
Keep it for now.
Yeah.
We'll adjust it further down the road. But when you do get a chance, do call in that request for the ILS practice 20 or practice ILS 20 John Toon. And call them, just first say request. That way you're not mouthfulling them in case they have anything urgent.
You can keep the code, contact Smyrna Tower at 118.5. Good day.
Keep the code, over to tower, good day, 5 minutes ago.
Nashville Tower, or Nashville Approach, 181 Juliet Sierra with a request.
Number 181 Juliet Sierra, say request.
Can we have the practice ILS runway 20 for John Toon, 101 Juliet Sierra?
Sure, it's a 1 Juliet Sierra. You can expect that. Maintain VFR direct by call for now.
Direct by call 1 Juliet Sierra.
Direct by call 1A1 Juliet Sierra.
Wow, I've never actually heard that far east. So
okay, so we can go direct now?
Yeah, exactly.
So I go nav?
Nope,
Or
not yet. You need to go direct to that point first.
You get yeah, so you get.
So yeah, highlight it and then you can press direct. There it is.
Yep.
And now it should. You don't even need to move the nav thing. It's automatically just going to take you there.
You can also activate the approach if that's the initial approach fix that you put in.
Yeah.
It'll send you to the.
So if I go to procedure, do I have to activate it through procedure?
Well, you already did by going to the initial approach fix and by call.
But then do I have to activate vertical navigation and all that?
Well, we're going to maintain 6,500.
Yeah, exactly. So on a approach, anything that is IFR related, you don't move unless ATC tells you. So now that we're on a practice approach, they're going to descend us appropriately.
Okay.
It's different than if you're VFR and you can kind of make the decisions yourself. This is like, we do what ATC tells us. If they don't tell us to descend, we're staying there.
This is where the Calebisms come in. Like if he never said, he said maintain VFR, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So he never said maintain VFR altitude. So you could always ask him, hey, do you want me at 6,500 or can I descend VFR? And he'll probably tell you just to stay here. So.
Do you want me to ask that?
No, you don't have to.
Yeah.
No, he's assuming that you're maintaining 6,500.
We're still so far
away. 48 miles. If we're still like 20 miles from it and we're like 6,500, then you can ask. But this far out, they probably have a plan. They're just not explaining what that plan is.
Yeah.
Select the currency RNAV 19 circle 14 at Smyrna.
Project 1009, type aircraft.
5% on project 1009.
I love that lake back there.
Project 1009, squawk 0311, verify the weather and NOTAMs over at Smyrna.
0311, and we'll get the weather, project 1009.
That's my abode down there. To
Where?
the right.
Southwest 1006, contact Memphis Center, 128.15. Good day.
That's my town.
15, Southwest 1006, good day.
Track 1009, radar contact, 13 miles.
So yeah, kind of what Caleb was saying earlier, you can technically hit procedure and activate the approach, but if you're flying direct to the initial approach fix, it's basically already done that same function. It's different than if you were to actually get vectors. Then when they start telling you to fly headings, then you activate vector to final, because they're going to have you intercept the final approach course.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, but I was wondering, I guess where I'm confused at still is if we're VFR and I want to activate the approach, you know.
You can do it right now, it's not going to change anything.
It's not going to change anything because until I get to the top of descent.
Well, it's not going to give you, you've already got a top of descent. See your 2,700 over there? It automatically knows, because basically this airplane's built for like regular GA guys. So instead of it, like if you were in an airliner and you did what you just did right there, that would just take you to Baikal. It would do nothing else.
Yeah.
And then activating the approach would load everything after Baikal.
Right.
But this airplane's set up, they're like, yeah, some numbnuts is going to do that and forget. So by going direct to Baikal, it just activates the approach.
So what I would do is, to get it to 2700, I would vertical nav and then 2700.
Yeah, you have to bug 2700 on there. That way it begins that descent at that time. Or else, if you hit VNAV and then you just keep it bugged at 6500, it's actually just going to hold you at 6500 the whole time. It won't recognize when to start that descent.
Another good note about like VNAV, and this is something I'll show you. I did this the other day in the 206 just as a demonstration. So like, let's say you're flying along and you VNAV yourself just to Jontoon, right?
Yeah.
And if you go in there, you're going to Jontoon, you're like, well, I just want to intercept a straight in, so you load a visual. If you have a VNAV down to Jontoon and then you load that visual, that makes Jontoon's waypoint the end of the runway instead of Jontoon, and it will completely destroy your VNAV. So it can put you in a really bad situation where you just end up super high.
Okay.
It's a very, very, very small detail. Like these Garmins are kind of finicky, but stuff like that, that's where I want to like teach you in the nitty gritty for this airplane.
Usually the VNAV functions are primarily meant for arrivals into airports, and then if you're trying to calculate a descent far out, but you can only calculate the descent, my personal minimum on it is I don't want to be able to set VNAV altitude to level off any higher or any lower than pattern altitude. I always end up doing pattern altitude at least 5 miles out if I'm going to do a VNAV VFR descent.
Okay.
Is that a similar number that you would probably use, Caleb?
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. The only real time, and I don't know if you'll get it in a 20, but occasionally I'll get like in this example right here, if we were going to Jontoon, Nashville might call us up and say, hey, 181 Juliet Sierra.
181 Juliet Sierra, descend and maintain at 4,500.
Descend and maintain 4,500, 181 Juliet Sierra.
Well, that's...
I was about to say.
You should be an ATC controller. So now, yeah.
So I gotta do vertical speed.
Exactly, and then you can set the descent rate per minute. Do you know what the max is that you can use for the descent per minute?
What?
No greater than 1,000.
Okay.
Anything less than 1,000, so like 700, is considered a stable descent. Anything greater than 1,000 is technically unstable.
ATC will call you out for that if they see it.
Jet ride 59, short stay with me. You can contact Memphis.
What I was saying is, Nashville might say, hey, 181 Juliet Sierra, I need you to cross 40 miles west of Jontoon at 6,000 feet, something like that, you know, and you can VNAV that with that long track offset thing I touched.
Yeah, you just hit that. Say that it was offset from Baikal, you just hit off-track offset.
At about 3,000.
Yeah, 20 miles, and then select the number, and it'll just VNAV will calculate it automatically.
Okay. 09, cross GeoGem at or above 3,000, cleared RNAV, runway 19, circle runway 14, approach, maintain it.
Now what you'll notice is, in the naturally aspirated airplanes, the power percentage is going to go up the more that you descend out of altitude, so just constantly think about kind of rolling that power back.
75%.
Yep, and if you ever get yourself in turbulent air, technically the green tape is, you know, operation range, and then yellow is only in clean air. However, I like thinking, and the POH actually says this, that if you get into physically turbulent air, keep it below the maneuvering speed of the aircraft, which is 133.
Exactly. Contact approach 124.75. Good day.
124.75. 181 Juliet Sierra. Good day.
com 124. Oh,
Then we got to do it one more time. Wait. It's on com 2, so.
There's a visual 20 right over the tower, Cirrus,
and that's what? Nashville approach?
Yep, Nashville approach, Cirrus 181 Juliet Sierra, heading 290, descending for 4,500.
Descend to maintain 4,000.
Over direct by call, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Direct by call.
Nashville approach 181 Juliet Sierra, descending 5,000 for 4,500, heading 290 for direct by call.
November 181 Juliet Sierra, welcome in.
Okay.
Yep, good job rolling that power back.
Maintain my mixture. Probably pull it back up to like 70, right?
Yeah. And that thing that I was mentioning, so like in air like this, as long as you're in the green tape, you're technically okay, but if you're going through like cumulus clouds and crap like that, I always bring that thing back to the maneuvering speed, because you never know what's going to be bouncing you around.
I second that notion.
November 5 Lima Charlie, descend to maintain 3,000, now heading 230, join, runway 20 left.
To maintain 3,000, heading 230, head join, head 20
So
left.
because I'm on heading sync mode, if he calls me a heading, which he's going to probably vector me, I just turn heading and it'll switch to heading mode.
Well, he gave you direct by call, so he may end up just having you fly the remaining of the approach. He may not even give you vectors from here.
Okay.
I was about to say, based upon our sector, we might have to do the procedure turn. I can't see from where we're at on that screen.
Now, what the hack is, if you don't know whether you're going to do it or not, you can sometimes just ask, be like, hey, is your plan to, give me a straight in, or are you going to try to get me to do a procedure turn? And they'll typically tell you when you ask.
Yeah.
Unless you're in Atlanta and they're having a cranky day, and they're like, why would I do that? That's happened to me before. It's like, yeah, because we're coming from a less than 90-degree angle, boy.
Frontier 3079, 58,000, descend to 7,000 on 120 heading.
Frontier Flight 3079, thank you, descend to maintain 5,000.
That football field down there on the right side, Caleb, is looking grim.
I can't see it yet. Alright, Lebanon?
Yeah.
Lebanon swept the Blue Devils, the Lebanon Blue Devils, like Duke. Oh, that's, yeah, I don't know what that is actually down there. That's not the high school. That's a...
November 5 Lima Charlie, the airport 11 o'clock and 11 miles.
Yeah, over the side, 5 Lima Charlie.
November 5 Lima Charlie, cliffage approach runway 20 left, contact tower 118.6.
The actual high school.
Good visual approach, 20 left, and switch to tower 186, 5 Lima Charlie.
Kind of like under us somewhere. Can't see it because of the wing.
Now, my guess is they're going to hold us at 4,500 all the way through the arrival corridor, and then they'll send us past.
Yeah, you're about to get a slam dunk for the first time, probably. In a good way.
What's ground 121.7?
Yep.
Yeah.
Southwest
Now,
4202.
you got to press enter or else it'll clear it out.
4202.
Yeah. So if you waited like 5 more seconds, it probably would have deleted it.
Okay.
That's happened to me before.
The 4 different radios is something that's definitely going to be, because and then 172 we had the radio, but we basically only use it for ATIS.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So I typically use COM2 for ATIS and ground.
Okay.
I'm flying an airplane like this.
So I should switch them.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much.
Well, I want to just develop a good habit, so
Yeah.
let's see.
You're going to get better coverage off of COM1 than COM2.
Exactly.
Okay.
Generally.
Southwest 4202, turn left heading 230 to join runway 20 left.
Alright, 230.
That sucker right there.
Left, 4202.
Just hazy as crap, so I can't see anything.
Turn right heading of 170 to join runway 20 right.
170 and join the 20 right course south.
Just XNX right there.
Yep.
Approach Brickyard 4569, 10,000, descending 6,000, heading 270.
Brickyard 4569, Nashville approach, welcome in.
This is not bad. For how many Cirrus flights is this? 4 total? 3?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Frontier Flight 3079, descend to maintain 4,000.
What's good?
4,000.
That's the rate of progress.
Yeah.
Normally people struggle with the avionics.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is all new to me. This is so much better. I almost wish we did the Red Hawks just for the avionics, but I'm glad we did what we did.
You would have not liked the Red Hawks.
Yeah, no, the Red Hawks.
I know you're kind of balls.
Hindsight's 20/20, but yeah. Caleb is right.
It's like this, but with half the climb rate, maybe a quarter.
If you wanted to become a flight instructor one day and needed to teach in those airplanes, then it probably would have been good to stick with them. But yeah, no, this is.
Southwest 4202, descend and maintain 2000.
Out of 2000, 4202. 125.85, see ya.
So this is a good power setting, 70%, 2500 RPM, 23 on the manifold, 23
Yeah.
rolling.
So initial approach fix, which is bi-call, airspeed that's you're supposed to be pulling. Descend and maintain 3000.
Descend and maintain 3000, 181 Juliet Sierra.
So, and then VNAV,
Nope. Vertical speed.
vertical speed.
And that'll tell you where that vertical speed is going to stop. So it'll level you off at 3000 wherever that blue banana bar goes.
And departure meridian 90 Mike Alpha with you just off
So good on 700.
Yeah, and I would probably pull an inch of power back, just kind of keeping slower.
90 Mike Alpha, Nashville, departure, climbing time 4000 ident.
Yeah, I'd probably,
4000 ident.
probably ask them if they want you to do straight
Yeah, that's
in.
what I was going to just ask.
Nashville approach Cirrus 181 Juliet Sierra. Can we expect a straight in off of the ILS 20, or are you going to be looking for a procedure turn from us?
And 1 Juliet Sierra, I was vectoring you for a straight in unless you wanted something different.
Yeah, straight in would be perfect. 1 Juliet Sierra. We just want to prep correctly.
Roger, you can expect it. And the reserve Mike Alpha,
Go.
contact,
Sweet.
half south of Johnson Airport. Reset transponder squawk 1572.
What was I going to say? I can't even remember.
That means you're
maintain 11.
you're about to get
VNAV,
a-
probably.
Turn 30 degrees.
Oh yeah,
do with VNAV.
so initial approach fix, your airspeed at the initial wants to be about 120. That's what you want to be looking for.
Vectors, your Mike Alpha.
And 1572 on this clock. Okay, I see it there. Thank you, sir.
You're about to get vectored, so you're about to hear a full vector clearance. He's going to keep you guys at 3000 probably.
Contact Memphis Center 133.85. Have a good night.
So this is the rare circumstance where they're taking us direct to bi-call, but they may give us a vector, so we may have to be quick on our feet to switch to activate vectors final. However, it should actually be okay. It should automatically switch once we get past bi-call.
Is there a little private strip right down there? Or is that just something really straight and long?
That's a good question.
You see that?
I'm not seeing anything on FlightAware.
Yeah, it's something.
Maybe it's a drag racing track.
Oh yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah, it's got something in the middle of it, so that would suck to land on. Yeah, you're right. Exactly what it is, Alex.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Yep. Don't land there.
If you had an engine failure, you probably could get away with it.
Mike Alpha Flight heading 150.
Rip a fucking wing off.
Contact approach 118.4. Good night.
150 and 18.4 is your Mike Alpha.
1 Juliet Sierra, 4 miles from Twitty. Turn left heading 230. Maintain 3000. Still established on the localizer. Cleared ILS, runway 20 approach Johnson Airport.
All right, 230 on the heading, 3000 till established, clear for the ILS 20, John 2 and 1 Juliet Sierra.
Alright. 230.
Yep.
This is where you gotta be fast with that heading button.
So heading. Maintain 3000.
Yep.
Yep, and then on your procedure
Procedure.
button,
Activate vector to final. Enter. Boom. See how the green needles popped up there?
Okay.
easy dub.
That is a rare circumstance of them actually vectoring you to the initial and then giving you giving you direct and then a vector.
The only reason I know that is because when I request VFR, they do that shit to me. I hate it.
I know, it's so annoying.
So now that you've been cleared for the approach, your autopilot settings, you have heading, autopilot on, altitude. Now you need to activate your vertical guidance, which is approach, APR.
Anytime you are cleared for an approach, arm approach mode.
And so what this is going to automatically do is you see your heading, it's going to follow your heading until you intercept the localizer.
Yeah.
And it's going to follow your localizer.
I was off the line there for coordination. Last call, National second.
So we already do our descent check because already before landing.
Yep, so run through all of that.
Seatbelt, shoulder harness is on.
Yep.
Fuel pump is on.
Now it is.
Mixture as required, full rich.
Yep.
For 3000.
And glide path is alive, or glide slope is alive. Precision approach, glide slope alive. First set of flaps come down. That's on an ILS approach only, so we'll go flaps 50.
1 Juliet here, contact Tune Tower 119.45. Have a good night.
Contact tower 11945. Good night. 181 Juliet Sierra.
Nighttime.
Number 19er Sierra, radar contact about 2 miles
Alright,
southeast
flaps,
of Mike
autopilot
91
required.
Airport. Turn right direct by call.
Alright, so let's go to...
Center 2978, you said you wanted...
So I'm just going to say I'm ILS.
yeah, I usually say...
181 Juliet Sierra, John Toon Tower.
John Toon Tower 181 Juliet Sierra on frequency.
Cirrus 181 Juliet Sierra, John Toon Tower, 4 mile final, runway 20.
4 mile final, runway 20, 181 Juliet Sierra.
Oh, it sounds like he's on a heater right now.
Toon Tower, Metro 1.
He's real started.
This is where that speed aspect comes in, my friend.
Yeah. So now we're going to be going downhill, and it's just like a car. If you're going to be going downhill with the gas, you're going to get moving really quickly. So this is where you got to pull some of that gas out,
Toon Tower, it's Metro 1.
and not the mixture of the throttle.
We are off from the police hangar. Got a call for service here. It's going to be right off the...
What about 35%?
Give or take, yeah. I tell people about 25 to 30, but in this airplane it may be closer to 30.
What are you at, sir?
We're at 1,700 climbing to 2,000.
So the airspeed, whenever you cross the final approach fix, you want to be 100 knots.
At or above 2,000 for Metro 1.
Twitty is the final approach fix.
Yep.
And tower.
That's at or above 100 knots? At or below?
You have 5 knots below or 10 knots above. But 100 knots is what you're looking for, so in between 95 and 110. That's what the aeronautical standard is.
Tower airbrake.
So yeah, you're 4% right now. You're probably going to find yourself adding some more here in a second. Yep, now we're back down. So now let's increase. Let's look for about 30% power on here. Keep that coming. Just don't want to get too slow.
Manifold pressure of 16 inches usually works pretty good too,
yeah.
So whatever that is. This looks pretty solid.
It's like 35%, 37.
Hey, we're just lifting off the Metro Police and helipad and departing area back to the east.
Airbrake, roger.
As you can see, it could go from a completely just casual flight to then boom, there's like 15 things going on at the same time. It's a
Yeah,
tack.
but now I'm at 106 knots.
And this is, as long as you're kind of hanging out in this area, you should be fine. Just don't let it get any faster. And if you find yourself getting faster, then just make the adjustment.
9441 Zulu, report 5 miles north of the field.
5 miles north.
Teach him your guidance on full flaps, because I haven't fully developed it in these airplanes yet.
181 Juliet Sierra, runway 20, clear land.
Clear to land, runway 20, 181 Juliet Sierra.
Typically what I'll do is whenever I get field in sight and I'm ready to disconnect the autopilot is when I will go ahead and add my last set of flaps. The last chance that you have to do it is either 500 feet AGL or a mile and a half final, whichever one happens first.
Okay.
If you're on the glide slope or the glide path, it should happen relatively simultaneously, but there are some different glide path angles that you'll get. So I know I'm throwing a bunch of numbers at you, but you're doing good.
Okay.
Alright, so we're currently about 900 feet to mins. Airspeed's going to pick up here just a fraction here. There it goes.
Pull back a little bit.
Yep. If you hold about 30% power, yeah, kind of right there, perfect. Leave it there. It should find its way back to 100. A big thing on the check rides will be keeping that airspeed right around 100.
Okay.
And we'll have you locked in for that.
And 41 Zulu 5 to the north.
Cessna 41 Zulu, you number 2 behind the Cirrus, about 2 mile final, runway 20, clear land.
Clear to land, 41 Zulu. And tower, Metro 1.
Metro 1, Johnson Tower.
Yes, sir, we just got canceled. We would like to
Alright,
transition back to the east.
field in sight. You can take the goggles off.
Transit back to the east is approved at above 2,000.
So now, we're below 110. You can go ahead and add your last set of flaps, and when I add my last set of flaps, I disengage the autopilot.
Okay, last set of flaps.
Yep.
November 7308 Golf, Johnson Tower, hold short, runway 20.
Hold short, runway 20, 720 Golf.
Very good. Caleb, did that make sense on the last set of flaps?
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was what I taught. I didn't know if you had any kind of insight on it.
Sweet. And then, yeah, are you good landing this airplane?
Yeah, I just flare a little early, so just watch me on
Alright,
that.
sounds good. I like to teach crashing for the numbers. So I aim for the numbers like I'm going to crash on them.
Okay.
Alright, field's in sight, continuing. Airspeed looks really nice. Yep, keep aiming for those numbers. Looking really good.
It feels shallower than usual, but
Yep, that's totally fine.
Metro 1's clear.
All right, that looks good. Power idle.
Metro 1, roger.
Nose to the horizon. Yep, now hold it and just patience and then just start just giving a little bit. Yep, just keep. Nice.
That's a 41 Zulu, runway 20, clear land.
Nicely done.
I went a little smoother, but perfect.
18100, turn left at Alpha 3.
Left at Alpha 3, 10 and Juliet 0.
You turn boost pump off here?
I usually clear before taking care of all that stuff.
Okay.
Give me some, that was nice.
It's fun flying a approach.
Yeah.
So much more precise.
Yeah, exactly. Well, just, yeah, it keeps you in line.
Alright. After landing, or after, yeah. I mean, it's just gumps, right? Reverse gumps?
Yep,
This is
exactly.
off.
So pump off, mixture, lean back to the X.
Switch to ground.
Tune clearance, accept jet 690.
Landing line off.
Jet 690, Johnson ground, stand by.
Turn off 3.
Yep.
Chat to ground 181 Juliet Sierra, holding short of Alpha at Alpha 3, looking for taxi back to
Midfield Dinos.
Just 181 Juliet Sierra, turn right on Alpha 3, right turn on Romeo, correction, right turn on Alpha, left turn Romeo 3.
Right turn on Alpha, left turn on Romeo 3, 181 Juliet Sierra, thank you.
Let's go, baby.
I didn't quite kiss it, but it got a, and I kind of floated a little bit after that, but that was much shallower, Caleb, than you and I, that I've flown the last couple times.
Yeah.
But it felt better because I didn't feel like I was like flaring too early because I was already low enough in my, over the numbers.
Right. Now, you will have to be cognizant in places where there is more terrain to keep a steeper angle, but usually I just like the idea, and this is how I was taught on the airplanes from like when I had 0 hours, was fly the airplane like you're going to crash on the numbers.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of just start bringing that nose to the horizon.
Ground, I got your clearance ready, copy.
Go ahead for exit jet 690.
Jet 690, you clear to the Lima Uniform Kilo Airport via the John 21 departure. Dennis found.
All right, you know what airport that is, Caleb?
What did I was
Lima Uniform Kilo.
Lucan Bach, Tech, I don't know, Lubbock.
No, you're actually super close. Lucan Field in Lunkin Field in Cincinnati.
That's where Sporties is at.
So it's actually a pretty cool airport. It's like nestled in the hills next to the Ohio River.
532.
Still fly this big old Swearinger right here, or whatever the frick this thing is.
Jet 690 is
Some Rolls Royces.
No, that's a Saab.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. Saab.
Yeah, I think the Arkansas basketball team came in on it.
Here's the other Cirrus meetup right here. I see why they're a good GA aircraft because they're just
simple in a fast way.
Yeah.
Well, good flight today.
Yeah, that was fun.
You feel like you learned some?
Oh yeah.
All right, awesome.
I just feel it's just, you know, the first couple times Caleb and I flew was becoming proficient with avionics.
This crap just takes practice. It's all habitual.
Like making sure your plane's still in there.
It's not. Someone's flying it to Atlanta and
good.
back today, so
Making money.
That's all we can ask for.
Oh.
Where is this cracker? Oh, he's halfway back from Fulton County.
Yeah, that's where we'll go. I think probably the first time I fly to Atlanta, I'll bring Caleb. Unless I'm like IFR by then.
Nah, do it, because you'll want to be able to fly the Buckhead 3 arrival for the first time with an instructor, or else you're going to be like, what? It's actually not that hard. It's just...
Yeah, it's cleared via basically on a route. I've been hearing a lot of people going to Atlanta getting rerouted here, though, recently, like a lot.
Is this good?
Yeah.
Alright. Next checklist.
Everyone's going for Magic City Monday. Caleb's favorite.
Yep.
Shut down. Fuel pump is off. Throttle is idle.
ignition switch cycle. Alright, mixture cut off.
Wonderful. Cool beans. Sweet.